If I told you that today's cyber threats do not begin with sophisticated hacking, they begin with trust, would you believe that? This week alone we've seen 3 stories, though unrelated, but all pointing to one thing. Cybercriminals are increasingly exploiting our trust instead of just technology as they do in the past. Let's break down what has happened, why it matters, and what you should learn from it. I am Eboh FN and this is Cyber Analysis on Secneedle. Let's begin with the recent incident with Shopify. You see, one thing you cannot take away from these cyber criminals is that they are getting smarter and innovative. These guys no longer need to hack into systems directly. They just have to abuse trusted platforms, deceive users through a method called callback phishing. We are going to get into callback phishing later on in this video, but for now, let us dig deeper into this story. Let's say you use Shopify to do your shoppings and one day you see an expensive purchase receipt in your order history. You are alarmed. Looking further down in the receipt, you find a statement that reads, "If you did not authorize this purchase, call this number." Every legitimate organization would likely say something like this, right? Unknown to you, this was all part of the plan. Calling that number is where it all gets dangerous. Now, this is what happens next. They try to convince you that your account has been compromised. They try to get you to give out your payment card details and other bank information. They also try to persuade you to install remote access software on your devices. Can you now see why it is called callback phishing? Unlike the traditional phishing emails that ask users to click on a malicious link, callback phishing has to do with creating urgency that makes the victim voluntarily call the attacker. In my opinion, of all the cyber threats we have out there, the ones that should keep you more vigilant are those ones that exploit trust. You can see in this particular situation, the attacker has utilized the confidence and trust you have in this online shopping platform. The lesson we get from this can be seen in twofold. On the side of the customer and that of the organization, Shopify in this instance. For the customer, first, don't panic. Secondly, review bank payment activities independently by going to your bank application. On the part of the organization, first, build stronger verification around customer notification and educate your customers about fraudulent activities like this one. Now let's talk about the continuous attack on critical infrastructure. Yes, critical infrastructure like water utilities are increasingly becoming targets of cyber attack in the US and in Europe. Reports has it that hacking groups linked to Iran, Russia and China are exploiting internet-facing PLCs, Programmable Logic Controllers. I'm going to explain what that means in a moment, but before we do that, it is important to know that these hackers got in also through weak credentials and default passwords. In simple terms, hackers got in because PLCs use passwords that are incredibly easy to guess or find, or these infrastructures still use passwords that were preset by the manufacturers. Now, what are PLCs and why do they matter? PLC, Programmable Logic Controllers, are industrial computers that are used to automate physical processes. They control critical infrastructure such as water pump, water treatment plants, factory assembly lines, power stations, traffic lights, and so on. Let us take water treatment plants for instance. The PLC is used to turn the pumps on and off, open and close the valves, measure chlorine levels, monitor water pressure, and control filtration. Wait, are you thinking what I'm thinking? If we really call these critical infrastructures because of their importance, what is the logic behind using weak and default credentials? What we should learn from this is 1. Industrial control systems should be removed from direct internet exposure where possible. Secondly, there should be a total elimination of weak and default password and implement stronger authentication. Lastly, of course, keep industrial systems updated. Now let's talk about the WhatsApp VB script attack. When we talk about WhatsApp, you know it concerns many of us. However, this particular one concerns persons running WhatsApp on a desktop or using the web version. In this attack, victims are being sent what seems like an ordinary document. This could be an invoice, financial statement, debt notice, and so on. But actually, this is a VBS script. What they do is that they begin by compromising one WhatsApp account, and once they are in, they simply send messages to everyone in the contact list. Psychologically, this is very effective because people would naturally trust messages coming from co-workers, friends, family members, business partners, and so on. Now let me tell you a little bit about VBS script. VBS script is a scripting language built into Windows. It has always been used to automate Windows tasks, run administrative scripts, and execute installation routines. What's interesting is that Windows recognizes VBS files as executable scripts. So when you open any of these files, it will immediately trigger a command on the system. Subsequently, the script begins to weaken Windows security by modifying user account control behavior. This makes this sort of attack very attractive to threat actors. The lesson we learn from this is 1. Be cautious of unexpected document attachment even when they are coming from a trusted contact. And secondly, when something seems off about a message, verify from the sender through another line of communication. If that message had come through WhatsApp, you could give that person a call to confirm that they are the one who sent that document. If you've learned something today, please share this video with your loved ones so we all can be safe. But before I let you go, I would like to tell you about a newly published article on our website about cybersecurity at machine speed. This discusses the new 72 hours benchmark to patch vulnerabilities. The link in the description. Drop your thoughts about this article on the website and I'll be there to engage with you. And of course, don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms to get latest updates about cybersecurity. Until we meet again next week, it's bye for now.